Shai.
95.9 KCKL. Good morning to you, East Texas. All right, I got the people from Coldwell Bankers, Shai, Brett, and Stephanie. Everyone knew I forget their name. All right, guys, what do we got going on this week?
Well, good morning, John. We hope everybody enjoyed the holidays with their family recently. And this morning we would like to thank Stephanie Trammell, our boss lady here, joining us. She's a third-generation owner at Coldwell Banker American Dream Realty Company, which has been here in Gun Barrel City for over 30 years now. With three generations together, it makes for a great local family company to work with strong ties to the community.
You know, not only are we a family-owned company, but our office is like a big family also.
Yeah, and also in addition to that, we're going to talk a little bit today about our global reach that Coldwell Banker provides.
Thanks, guys, for having me today. Today we're going to talk about how Coldwell Banker is different than other real estate companies.
Yeah, and our first off we want to start off with is on the agent level. With your for sale by owners, the owners out there themselves, the sellers and the buyers, with the internet that's going on these days, there are lots of different marketing programs, and any seller can find a specific marketing program that they can plug into and try to help market their property. But with realtors and a realty company, they're able to put a lot of time and energy and resources, not into just one platform, but into systems, which can give you a greater reach in marketing properties on a larger scale.
Yeah, just getting out there on the internet, whether you're an individual or you're a realtor, has great power these days. Just the reach you can do for just a little bit of budget, and you can really push your property all over the globe. Where the difference comes these days on a lot of it is what is the value proposition of that realtor versus going on your own. And one of the things is with the internet, with that large reach, also just becomes a lot of confusion with the information. So which sites are the best sites to put your property on? Some are good to put your property on. Some can actually hurt you, or some you can just spend a lot of time that aren't benefiting actually getting to the bottom line of getting your house sold. Not every internet site is created equal for getting a house sold these days.
That's right. I mean, with our multiple listing service, still one of the most powerful tools for getting your house sold out there. This automatically puts you on hundreds of websites out there to help find the best place to get your house sold. And with Coldwell Banker's global reach, it's not just your hundreds of local and national sites. These are also international sites that your property is being marketed to as well.
Yeah, there's a mixture of sites. A lot of these actually that we're on. As an individual, you don't just get on there and post your property. Some sites though are, if you want to put your property on Craigslist or on Facebook, or even there's ways to put it on Zillow. But there's other sites that do what they call an IDX feed. And that's where having your property in the MLS automatically syndicates to hundreds of sites. These are sites that are set up in this system. Lots and lots of money, lots of time, lots of energy, lots of resources put into finessing these sites to really reach out there to where the buyers are, to grab their attention and get your property the attention that it needs and it deserves.
Yeah, but it's not just these websites. The realtors also have many social media platforms they're using these days, and they often use these to network with other realtors out there and other prospective buyers and sellers from other areas. And how do you use as a realtor to narrow down and pick which ones of these sites better pertain to your property?
Well, one thing as a realtor with the social media is I don't like to look at it as an either or. It's me or the seller. I like to incorporate together, because you do have the reach of your friends and your connections, those people that know you and know your property that way. But there's also the power of an individual realtor and a brokerage with their social media, their networks, their accounts, both the way they show your property to buyers, they present it in a way that catches the buyer's attention, but also just those followings that they've built up over the past years from from your property and from previous properties, and those followings are there, coupled with what we call the lenders and vendors. These are your mortgage brokers, your banks, your inspectors, your surveyors, contractors, the people that you and your potential buying audience are going to need to get to a closing on that transaction.
Yeah, and I hear you say quite a bit also about realtors and how they really are the key to this process.
Yeah, if you go back and look at how real estate was done up through the 80s and even up into the 90s, realtors were what we called the keepers of the keys. You know, back in 1992, if you wanted to know what was for sale at Cedar Creek Lake, the best way to do that was just to get in your car and drive over to Coldwell Banker American Dream Realty, come to our front desk and see, what do you have? This is what I'm looking for, this many bedrooms, this many baths, this many square foot. I like these subdivisions, I have this budget. And the realtor there, breaks out the MLS book, sees what's available, and you have that good conversation. Today we are still a bit of the keepers of the keys of knowledge, but we put it out there a lot more to the world with the internet. So anybody can get onto the internet to either to our Coldwell Banker corporate site, to the Coldwell Banker American Dream Realty site, and they can search for these properties and find them without having to every time physically drive to the office. So really, where we used to be big-time keepers of the keys of all the information, now what we've moved into is a new area where your realtor is your trusted, valued advisor. We're there to help you. We're moving a lot into a teaching role, into a guiding role. We go through, a lot of times we have multiple transactions that we're working through and closing at a time, plus, there's just one after another after another. It's our job. So we're there to advise you in the process, to walk you through it. If I'm going to go out on a deep sea fishing trip, I can rent a boat and drive out to those offshore oil rigs and throw a line in the water. But if I'm really wanting to get on some good fish, if I'm wanting to pull in, some good mahi out there in the Gulf, or really bring in a good tiger shark, it's worth my time, it's worth my effort, it's worth my resources to hire that good fishing boat captain that really knows how to navigate those waters and get me where I want to go. That's where your realtor is really becoming that valued advisor these days.
I really like that. Just like fishing, like you're talking about, most sellers could grab a fishing pole and go out there, wet a hook, and hopefully land a buyer. Mm-hmm. But with your real estate professionals and companies and their broad reach they have these days, it's more like casting that large net, trying to catch those schools of fish and bring in to find somebody that would best suit the property.
Yeah, I know. I go down to the Gulf, but we also, we're right here on a lake, so the fishing analogy, I think, works perfect with our waterfront houses. I can hop out there on a dock and put a worm on a hook and catch a fish, or I can hire one of our local guide services and really go out there and I can get on the sandies, I can get on the stripers and pull in my limit. I know I can go out there and in the morning I can get my limit with a good fish boat captain.
Mm-hmm. But it's not just your individual agent which you will be working with. Usually, like as in our company, our office is made up of many different agents that all work together trying to sell your property together. And from an office level, there are many things that we can provide as a local office here to help sell your property.
Yeah, you're right, Brett. Not only do the agents use social media, but so does the office. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube channels, and other things. But we also do a lot of marketing in the local area, such as newspaper inserts that we do every month. They go out to 5,000 people. We do local buyer's guides. We do 10,000 a year. And then we do other things such as the flare ad, lake maps, and we send out just listed, just sold cards for all new listings and sales that we have.
That's a really great idea too, because sometimes with these just listed, just solds, this is a great opportunity to not just capture your one neighbor that you've known for 30 years next to you, but to help reach the little community around you and alert them that they may have friends. And we always say, the best way to help pick your neighbor is bring your friends in to help buy that property.
Yeah, you spoke a little bit earlier, Stephanie, about us being, a local company, and real estate is always location, 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 and having that local real estate professional is always important. We're also a global company with our Coldwell Banker franchise. We have the benefit of that local family company and the global reach. What are some of the ways that the brokerage, in addition to its individual agents, really pushes that global reach of a property?
You mean on like a corporate standpoint?
Yeah, like on a corporate standpoint, what is it that Coldwell Banker, that branding? Just like if I had a purse, I can have a purse, or I can have a Gucci or Armani. The branding's important.
Yeah, right. Well, see, Coldwell Banker on a corporate level has 3,000 offices with 88,000 associates in over 49 countries.
That's pretty good reach right there. Just you want to talk about networks and social networks, just right there automatically as an individual realtor, I have 88,000 connections in 50 different countries across the globe.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. Coldwell Banker has been around for 112 years as a company with over 30 years locally.
Yeah, so we started just after the San Francisco earthquake out there in the early 1900s. A lot of people with their properties destroyed were being taken advantage of, and it was Coldwell Banker agents that came in and really set that industry standard for taking care of people on their properties, which we continue to do today.
Right.
So with that, part of that is over the years we've had consistent service, which where does that put us as far as in line with other global companies as far as sales?
Well, Coldwell Banker was ranked #1 for the most influential real estate brand in social media. We have the second largest and growing real estate website with over 96% coverage and the #1 visited branded real estate website.
That's pretty amazing. So what does that do in comparison to Trulia or Zillow and their margins? Where do our margins sit compared to them?
Coldwell Banker maintains the highest web conversion rate. We have a 54% higher rate than Trulia and 51% higher margins than Zillow.
Yeah, that's pretty big in today's market, considering how powerful everybody looks at Zillow, and we're sitting here at 51% higher margins than Zillow out there. It's that 100+ years of continual service out there.
Yeah, and even with those advantages, there's this Coldwell Banker's brand helps sell even more than that, because one thing people might not be aware of is that using a realtor on average returns you a 9% higher sale price than not using a realtor. And Coldwell Banker is 14% higher than that.
That's pretty good return on your money right there. If you're talking that a lot of real estate transactions will go, negotiate anywhere 6%, 10% of the sales price to get that property sold, and Coldwell Banker is 14% above the national average. That's a pretty good return on the money right there.
Mm-hmm.
We also got a few properties here today. What do you got for us today, Brett?
Well, we've got a beautiful property out here just north of Eustis, Texas. It's at 2008 Van Zandt County Road 2918. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on over 21.5 acres out there. Beautiful country. I love the area myself. It has a large 1 to 2 acre spring-fed pond, and you can really enjoy some country living for only $189,000.
That's a pretty good deal today. What we're seeing in trends with acreage, that's gonna be a pretty good buy. That one's worth checking out. What's our next one there, Stephanie?
We got one over in Wood Canyon Water. It's at 102 Doe Ring Bay Circle. It's an amazing 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom waterfront home with sunrise views. It's 1964 square feet, and it sits on almost an acre. You got about 105 feet of waterfront, raised ceilings, fireplace, covered porch. That's a great area over there. It also includes a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment.
Yeah, over 1,000 square feet of living room. And this property also has just recently had a new roof put on in 2016 and painted just this last fall. So you'll get a little bit extra extended life out of this property. What's that one going for today?
That one is listed for $489,000.
That's a beautiful waterfront view if that's what you're looking to get into something around the lake here coming up this summer. Over in Carolyn Estates, we've got another one. If you're looking for something with water, over here at 124 Lake Terrace Drive, you can experience great water views from this 2,952 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 3-story home. This thing has got a little bit of everything in it. The first floor, you've got a large bar and game room, laundry area. You got a half bath down there for when you come in off the lake area. Big living area and fireplace. Also, right when you step out the back door, it's got a nice covered sitting area so you can sit there and watch those views in the afternoon of the sunsets. On your second floor, kitchen, dining area, large living room with a fireplace to sit and relax on these cold days like today. You got a 2-bedroom and a bath with also another porch to sit out and really take advantage of those views out across the water. And the third floor of it also has 1-bed, 1-bath sitting area, all for only $329,000.
Yeah, we were in that one just a little while back, taking a look around, and that house I love that house. That is from a remarkable era of building on Cedar Creek Lake, very unique architecture. Not a huge amount from that era with that type of style left. If you're really wanting one of the unique lake houses, this is worth checking out right
It's
there.
one of my favorites. I love these old, unique Cedar Creek. I mean, this to me just speaks Cedar Creek living around here.
Yeah, you look back through our generations of builders, and you can see the different styles and the different ways contractors and our local tradesmen thought through the building process, and this is one that really showcases an era. So it's really worth checking out.
Yeah, there are some great places to live around here, but maybe you're needing to make a little extra cash to get into your next living home, lakefront, waterfront home down here. We've got a great business opportunity for you today over here at 1223 Harbor Point Road. It used to be called the Flying Grape and Bean, but this lovely place, you can fly into this ready-to-go bistro in Gun Barrel City at Gun Barrel City Air Park. This property features a furnished restaurant with drive-through and paved parking, all propane appliances around there. It's got 2 separate private meeting or gift shop rooms. A lot of little boutiques opening it up, so that makes for a good investment there. Fireplace to warm yourself as well. It's got a variety of restaurant equipment and inventory, which can go along with the purchase. And my favorite part is to sit out on the back on this screen-covered outside dining area and just watch the planes roll in.
Yeah, it's a great little coffee shop. It has that drive-through in the front. We haven't got it figured out yet how we're going to pass it through the FAA to get the fly-through for your coffee there. But once we do that, we'll let you know there.
Coffee on a stick's always come up so far.
Coffee on a stick, that's the best. Just attach it to my selfie stick, kind of wave it around in the air. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, but this one, it sits just outside the Gun Barrel City limits, so that allows you for a little more freedom if you want to do a little changes to it. All this for only $225,000.
That's a great deal. It's been great having our guest here, Stephanie Trammell from our brokerage. She's the 3rd-generation owner. How do they get a hold of you if they want to get the property on the market or go take a look at something today?
You can give me a call on my cell phone at 903-275-1403, or, of course, at the office at 903-887-7055.
And Brett, how do they get a hold of you if they want to get in touch with you?
As always, just call me or text me at 903-340-6301. You can always catch our Facebook Live videos here, or go subscribe to my YouTube channel if you happen to have missed one.
Sounds great. And I'm Shai with Coldwell Banker American Dream Realty, 903-340-6159. Stop in and see us today.
Yeah, thanks for having us, John.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem. It's always fun having you guys out here. All right, folks, we are going to get right back into some more great